Oh, okay. Hey guys, I'm back with a another video. I don't have an intro. I did have an intro, and then I was like, this is making it too long, so I cut it all out and I just like went straight to the drawing. So basically, someone on Tumblr sent me a message a while back, and I don't like the messaging system on what do you call this, on Tumblr. Doesn't really notify you or anything. So I have so many messages even before when I was still in Overwatch. So that was a while back. I think it's been a couple of years already. So there's this one message that I got that basically asked like, "Oh, how do you fill your sketchbook?" Like even a page. And then they wanted to see real time, and I was like, no. I mean, I could do the video, but this whole thing without the speed up, this is like 170% sped up, and I took out some, from stalling, some like whatever. I edited out. This technically took 3 hours. I did a full spread, basically. So the one on the left side, before I started drawing, was done because I was waiting for my sister. I was gonna tattoo her, and then I just waited for a bit, and then she, and I stopped. So I just drew the far left side, which is like the lighter side. So now I'm just going. As much as I would like to leave in, like, I like the sound of pencil sketching, but I need to watch something because I get bored really fast and I would get distracted, 100% sure. So it's just like, yeah, with all the editing anyway, it'll be so weird if all here's like and it cuts and cuts and cuts and cuts. So it's best to just have this done like this. So I wanted to just I don't want to, well, it's such a long video, so I don't have to really go too fast. There's like an hour and 20 minutes, I don't know, and I just wanted to show how I would draw a spread. I could have just done a page, but it just felt kind of I don't know, like it doesn't feel full, basically. So I'm just like, whatever. I'll just like draw a spread, and then that should be good enough. I think the only advice I can give, it just stems back to, you gotta know what you can draw as well. Like some people just draw, there are just maybe times like, oh, all you can do is headshots. It's just like, I think I made it a goal that I want to be good enough that I don't even need references all the time. Like just drawing out, like out of nothing. And it's not all headshots, it's not all the same shit over and over. So I just use my OCs and just put them in situations that, even though it doesn't make sense. Like this, I don't know what's going on. I just draw them just talking and just interacting, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. So there's like my OCs. These are one of the oldest OCs I've had back in 2006 or 7. And yeah, so I don't really know what else to say about it, because I might end up just like rambling as always about, oh, you know yourself the best. That's my advice. Like you gotta challenge yourself sometimes. Like also at the same time, don't pressure yourself too much that you end up hating to sketch traditionally, because I think I was like that before. I ended up trying to force myself every single time to have something new, that's boring, something's like, so I just kind of push myself in my own way, so I don't have to keep on drawing the same shit over and over. And I just try to visualize things in my mind and then think about, okay, I want this character doing this pose, and then another character trying to interact with this character, blah 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 blah. And yeah, it's just, I don't know what else to really say much about it, because easier said than done. But if it's not your thing, you could always just look up references. The usual, but I wouldn't just say look at it. It's best to understand what you're looking at, not just like, oh, this is this, I just follow outlines, I just blah blah blah. No, you gotta understand even at least the basic fundamentals of drawings, from form to whatever, anatomy, even a tiny bit of perspective. It's just like small things. Like it's just a slow, gradual progress. You can't just like rush into things and like hoping and thinking that you're gonna get everything right, and that's just gonna, I don't know, break you down. I've been drawing like maybe two decades now. I don't know, but it's a slow process unless you're the type of person that is like a fucking bullet train going through all that shit and just like trying so hard to get better so quickly. There are people, that can do that. There are people that are opposite. People gradually get better. People are faster, some are slower. So whatever makes it easier for you to learn faster, I guess. It helps when, I guess, there are people that actually would tell you like, oh, reference is cheating, or oh, playing games, watching movies is a waste of time. It's like, no, that's where your brain library, I don't know, that's where you get stuff from. It's not like even looking at fan art, even looking at other people's art, you're still learning from what you're looking at. Is that considered cheating? It's technically you're looking at references. And like all the shit they say is like fucking stupid, but yeah, it's just even tracing. Honestly, if you're just trying to learn, like when I grew up, it's like a normal thing to copy, to trace, but we never, back then there's no really social media and internet in the way of how it is right now. So there's no way for us to easily just like share. Like, oh, look what I drew, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, what, 10 years old? And because I've had my fair share of people copying and tracing my work. For me, it's like, it's cool, but it's also nice to say that I got inspired by blah, I wanted to practice blah, so it's just blah blah blah. Like, it sucks when you end up finding it yourself in the end. It's like, or someone tells you about it, and I was like, oh my god, can you just like credit people properly? Like some people hate it, I know, but you gotta make sure the person you're copying from are okay with it. Like I'm fine with it for practice reasons, but it's just not great when you find it out yourself and they don't say anything about it. They're like, oh, I draw my characters, and then it's a blatant copy of my art. So it sucks. It just sucks, like just seeing that. Like I don't know, because recently I know this kind of off topic, it just reminded me of this one artist that we kind of don't like, and I don't know anything about them before, and then when I saw their art, I knew they were copying someone I used to follow, and I told my friends like, this is like blatantly, obviously from this artist I knew back then, or I followed back then. And then they were trying to kind of I was gonna say take her out, okay, kind of, what do you call this, my brain's dead. It's like 1 a.m. and I'm recording this. They were just trying to show people how she's, full of shit, she's fake, she's tracing, she's copying, and then of course people are like, no, she's not. I was like, dude, I've never seen their art before, and I could tell they're copying from this specific artist that I know because I know their style. And then they'll say something like, oh, you can't own styles. Like, fuck off. You can build your style. That's how you get your style. It's like I was kind of ranting about this on Twitter, but I was just saying that building something for decades, and then people tell you that. It's like, do you know whose art this is? Example, like, the very famous manga artist, you know them in like so fast. You know them who drew this. Like, oh, like the person who made this manga drew this. Like, yeah, because it's their own style that they have made for how many years. So sure, you can't own a style, but you can make it, you can build it to become your own, and people will recognize you that it's yours. So, and then I don't know, it made me angry because when the artists found out about it and they kind of vented about it or just talking about their feelings, they got backlash, and like that made me angry because she can share her feelings. Like, how many years has she drawn and got to that point of her style being recognizable, and then you're being told that it's like, oh, being slapped in the face. Oh, that made me mad. And of course, most likely people that don't draw, maybe most likely that said that. I was like, can you just fuck off? And you'll never understand if you're not even an artist and you're trying to find yourself, your own your own like style, yeah. This just made me mad. I'm just like going off trail because it was just one of the newest things I've heard today, and it happened like 2 days ago, and I was like, oh, why wasn't I told about this scalding tea? And but yeah, yeah, I don't know, like I don't know what advice I can really give when it comes to all I can say is like push yourself as much as you can when you're trying to just draw stuff because I know a blank page or canvas is so belittling. I don't know, like just feels overwhelming because you're like, oh shit, how should I start this? But you just pace yourself and draw whenever you want, draw whatever you want, put stuff on it. I don't care, like put stickers on your sketchbook, whatever you want, whatever can help you. You could even print out stuff like, oh, this is my inspiration for the day, and you stick it on your sketchbook and you draw beside it or whatever. And it's a sketchbook. It's not a fucking thesis that you have. There's a deadline for it. Just do whatever you want. You want to practice someone's style, go for it. You want to use a reference and copy it, trace it, whatever. Ugh. But I guess one of my advice would be you gotta learn from the stuff you're looking at, reference wise. Don't just look at it as a flat thing. Don't look at it as just an outline. You have to understand what you're looking at. That's like one of my actual advices for anyone. You gotta understand, what you're looking at. Anatomy, like what are they doing? Are they sitting down? What's behind their clothes? You gotta know the fundamentals, the baseline of art. You don't have to be a fucking, a fucking professional of specific things. It's just, you just know basic stuff from anatomy. So at least from there, you can keep on learning new things whenever you use references, whenever you even learn from other artists, all that stuff. It's just a slow progress, or like step-by-step thing that, stepping stone that you have to, to step on every time you learn something new. I don't know, I'm just rambling as always, but I was never good at teaching. It's just I just sit down and just draw. I don't know how to give advices. I just do it, and then sometimes I really don't mind when people ask like, oh, can you help me with this drawing? It's like, sure, but even though I'm not really good at it, I'll help. But I don't know, I think it's also nice to be inspired by the things you draw. Like, it could be like you love this series so much, just draw. If you love your OC so much, just draw them. And whatever, funny things, you could look up funny memes, whatever you want. Funny references, funny poses, just draw them. Have fun with it. I don't know. Like, I thought I took this out. It's me just on my phone watching stuff. I didn't even take out the whatever I was doing, stalling, I guess. But yeah, what else was happening? Yeah, it's just, I don't really know what else to say. I'm gonna make another video about how I use references and stuff, or maybe my take on references. Actually wrote an outline. This one is more on, I just wanted to show what I can draw. How I do it. It's not always the same thing. It could be like, oh, a lot of headshots. It's like, oh, I just want to practice my OC's name because face, my OC's face, because he's kind of new. So I just keep on sometimes like, oh, I forget the head shapes like this. It's like specific. I'm trying to put specific things. There's always like a base style or your shape of a face that I always end up drawing because it's just what I'm comfortable with. So I'm just trying to have different types of face shapes, different types of eyes, mouth, nose, even, because sometimes it's just you draw automatically, like what you're comfortable with, and there's like, oh fuck, it doesn't look like them, maybe. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but just try, just try as much as you can, and don't, I don't know, just, it's not a life-threatening thing that if you can't finish a sketchbook, you just go on your pace, So I don't know. I don't really know what else to say, but keep going at it. Be inspired, use it. Sometimes for me, I use spite to get better. Like before, there was a time that I was close friends with someone, and I just used spite to get better. It's like, fuck you, I'm gonna get better. Fuck you, you'll make talk shit about me. So there's a lot of things that I use spite to help me through stuff, and sometimes it's not just spite, sometimes you want to prove someone who's like talks shit about you and your skills, and then it's like, fuck you, I'm gonna prove to you that I can be better and I can be stronger or whatnot. And it's just for, I'm looking at the video, but the inking part is the most that takes the longest because I render out, but I can't imagine, because I love ballpoint. Oh, I love ballpoint so much, and I can't use multi-liners or whatever you call that. I can't, there's not enough I don't know how to explain it compared to, because it would blot or whatever, and then ballpoints don't, so you don't have to rush on inking something. Ballpoint, it will not, it's not wet, it won't smear fast or whatever. So, but yeah, it's just you're just drawing OCs, random shit, and oh yeah, it also helps to try and do a lot of expressions. Try to do poses that would not make your character stiff. I guess one of the advices I also learned from before and I told my friend about was sometimes, example, like you're making a portrait and you don't want to just like straight on a view of them. You gotta push. What I told her was, wherever the face is facing, it could be, example, the face is facing left, and then what you do is draw the neck and the shoulders facing the opposite way. So it's also one thing you gotta learn. If you're not used to it, you gotta learn it to know anatomy for that, and it helps not make your drawing very stiff. Same with it doesn't have to be just like this one specific pose, and then you just kind of draw them a bit, like turn a bit, just it's a lot. If you're not used to it, it's still a lot of new things to learn, because you, as I've said, you still need to know anatomy. So you need to understand, even if you draw anime style, I don't care. You just need to understand, because I grew up with drawing anime, and I think around 2006 or 7, I got really, really tired of anime style because it felt constricted, like it anatomy wise. I think it also pushed myself to draw muscles too in around 2010, because I could never really draw. I always thought like I can't draw muscles, and then I got into like what it goes, superpower people, or Oh my god, my brain's dead. Superheroes. Oh my god. Like superheroes, like I gotta learn to draw muscles. It was really bad. Like if I would show old shit, you'd know how bad it was. And looking back at my old sketchbooks, they were awful. But the point of it is, you gotta go through that to get better. You gotta see your what do you call this? Your mistakes. You gotta know what they are. You gotta make it better. You gotta work harder. And from then on, I kept on doing it. I was into superhero stuff, and then I just kept going. And within a year, I got better because I think I got really inspired. I drew so much in like a year or two, so I guess the progress was faster because I was just so inspired and motivated to draw more and get better. So that's what happened. I just kept on looking at anatomy references. I even bought a figure or a statue of it. It's not fully like, it shows I have a male and female one. The female one is easier for me because I grew up drawing females first, so of course I needed a male one. And muscle still fucking confuses me even to this day. So it's just like a slow thing that I think it's even to the point I drew so much. I made more muscular OCs. I forgot how to draw like thinner, lankier characters. It was pretty bad because it's like I was working backwards. I was like, as long as you know the basic shit of anatomy, you'll be able to do it, you know. So expressions, yeah, push your characters, man. Even though it's out of character, draw them screaming, draw them angry, draw them tired, scared, sad, depressed. Give it all to them. It will definitely help you because it'll make not just the faces, you gotta give them the poses as well to sell it, basically. So when you're angry, push the character out. When they're scared, the character's like lowered and the shoulders are up. It's just, you gotta push yourself. Just don't make it like, oh, okay, this is sad and a sad face. No, you gotta make it seem real. And what do you call this? It's just okay. I'm just looking at the video again. Now it's like the inking part, which is, I love inking as well. I love sketching more than inking, but it's just kind of therapeutic in a sense. It feels more solid, and as much as I always prefer sketching because I fucking love just seeing the form and gesture of drawings. That's why I try not to fully erase them anymore, because it's nice to see what's behind the inking, or the ink, or the line art, or whatever. So I used to fully erase I used the col-erase, the Carmine Red, and I used to erase it, and now I'm just like, oh, it looks so because I love the sketches, and inking is kind of a bit lower to me, so it looks stiff at times. So I was like, fuck it, I rather just kind of dab the kneaded eraser around the darker sketches, and then I just ink it over it. I don't have to fully erase it, and then it seems nicer to look at in a sense, because all the base sketches are, I don't know, fundamental. I hate terms, but it looks nice when you, because I'm just bad. Even digital stuff, I'm bad at it. But it's just very different from pencil sketch, and I don't know. I'm also bad at colors. That's one thing. I can do super basic stuff, like I could do colored shit, but I already knew myself that I will never be able to do anything that's really painterly, vibrant, all that stuff. Mine is just like, it helps put life to the art, but I love grayscale. Grayscale is my jam. And it's just, I don't know what else. It's 1 a.m. I don't know if I recorded. Maybe I re-recorded. I don't fucking know. But I don't have to talk the whole time. I could just let this run, because even though it's 170% sped up, You can tell like slow I ink, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun to just have them in different situations and poses and whatever. It doesn't matter what they're doing. There's no context or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just draw whatever you want. And okay, there's a line of drawing whatever you want, but you know what I mean. And just it's fun. It's really fun. And don't ever think that you have to finish a page every day. You can even draw just one thing and then just leave it, and then go back. And then sometimes if the whole page is just not doing it for you, go to the next one. Or sometimes you need to, it's not working out, erase the whole thing. I don't know, it's up to you. Rip it up. Rip up the page. It's really up to you, you know. I've had those, like, I hate wasting paper, so I'd rather erase it than ripping it out. I'm just like, I hate ripping out paper, other than if it also fucks up the binding. I don't know. And my sketchbook now is all binded, and there's no spiral anymore. I hate it, so bulky. And then I prefer a square sketchbook, but they're expensive as fuck. The one I know of that is ILLO, ILLO. I love their sketchbooks, but they're so expensive, and they like to ship out of the States. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna get from fucking Michael's. You can find. I'm pretty sure I'll just link down shit in the what do you call that, description, whatever, and I'll just like link everything there. And yeah, it's just I can't be picky anymore because sketchbooks are expensive. And you know, I'm pretty sure there are people out there that's like, I have like 30 blank sketchbooks, and you keep on wanting to buy more because, oh, I like this one, I like this one, I want to try this one. Been there, done that. Now I'm just trying so hard not to buy stuff. So I still have a bunch of sketchbooks that are blank right now, and I have, yeah, just try to slowly, you know, use them all up. I'm pretty sure I've completed 20 sketchbooks maybe in my life, 20 or more, no idea. But back then I thought I filled pages, like fully filled them like how I draw now. I actually didn't. I was looking through my old shit, like 2003 or 4, I don't know, and I was like, oh my god, there's so much like wasted space. And back then I didn't have backing, a paper that, you know, you don't want the sketches to transfer to the next pages and stuff. I didn't do that before, so I only drew on one side. It's like such a waste of paper. So now you can see I draw on both sides now. I just have a backing to so that it won't transfer, and I don't use any alcohol markers because those shit can bleed through. I use water-based anything, fucking even Crayola, even China markers, or Chinese or made in China water-based markers. Those are fine, because I'm not really coloring them like, you know, an actual illustration. It's just to help out, bring the drawings kind of pop out a bit, so it looks nicer, not just like a flat ink drawing, you know. So I'm pretty sure after all ink, it's just gonna take a while. Even though I've edited out stuff, I'm pretty sure I missed some stalling and stuff. But the point is, after inking, you'll see I'm adding colors, and I do have a marker that's a bit fancier. It's like $4 or $5 each. That's expensive. But it's just I bought it a while ago. I was like, oh, it's because I was kind of desperate of finding a good marker that I would stick with, but I end up buying a lot of shit that I'm trying to use up right now. So I'm just like, I need to take a break from buying a lot of art stuff for maybe a decade. So yeah, so I don't know what else to really say other than they only asked how I fill it. As I've said, it doesn't fucking matter, right? Just fill it how you want to fill it. If you want to leave negative space, leave negative space. If you want to add shit to it, like stickers, whatever, journaling type thing, add it. You want to just color the whole negative space with a color, then do it. You know, it's just, don't have so much pressure on trying to have such a amazing page or sketchbook, it's still a journey, you know. It's like you could tell, like, oh, this part of my life, it was really great, or this part of my sketchbook was really crap that I remember not drawing for a month. Just either, you know, it's like sometimes I was like, I hate the sketchbook, I'm gonna move on to a new one because this whole sketchbook era is just bad juju, a bad time, whatever reason. Move on, you know. If you're unhappy with something, erase it. If you're happy with it, cover it with post-it notes, redraw it. Oh yeah, I guess I have, like, the only page on this, oh shit, I took out the video so you don't see it here, but there's only, I think, 1 or 2 that I covered with post-it notes. Those are fun. Like, it always looks nice for some reason. It reminds me of animation. When you're trying to fix a storyboard, you put sticky note on it and you draw over it. I like it. I like the feeling of it. I like the look of it too. It looks nice. And this one, I don't have a sticky note because I think I took my time. As I've said, this fucking whole thing is 3 hours long. And then they wanted a real time? Come on. No one's gonna watch the whole fucking thing. And if there's no commentary, it's like, you're gonna watch the whole thing? It's different when there's someone talking, I guess. I'm not gonna talk for an hour, even though I've already been talking for 31 minutes. But, I mean, I could look it up. Let me check what they said. As I said, I don't really fucking check my stuff, but where are my whoops? Okay, what? Where is it? I don't see it. What the hell? I'm gonna get my phone just a sec. Let me find. I don't know why I can't find it. The inbox. I don't see it here. It's really weird. I'm on the computer and I don't see inbox. It's really weird. Anyway, I'll open it. I just wanted to oh, here you go. They said that, how do you come up with poses? That's basically in my head. The stuff you see, the stuff you remember, they're all in your head sometimes. If it doesn't help, look it up. Look out references. But that's the one I said a while ago, that I made it a goal that I would need to just get familiarize myself with remembering poses that I wouldn't need reference every single fucking time. That fucking sucks if you can't draw without reference, because what if you're out and you're just like, okay, all I do is draw faces because I can't think of poses. So I think I just like hammered in my mind to set it as a goal to not always need references. And then they said, how do you come up with such detailed sketchbook pages? Time and effort. You don't rush it, I guess, because back then when I used to draw a lot digitally, I would always rush to finish it. I always get mad at myself whenever that happens, because when I see it again, it's like, oh, I really hate this drawing, and I end up deleting it because, you know, all your effort and time are wasted because you're just in a rush constantly. You know, when you're come back from work and the only time you get to draw is only like an hour or less, whatever, and then you try to rush it. So I made it as a goal as well that whenever I draw, I have to take my time. Even if I don't finish that day, continue it the next day. So I did that for a while, and yeah, it's just I got used to it, so it made my work even nicer actually. I don't rush it. And what was it? How can I detail sketchbook? Just don't rush. That's all I can say. Don't rush when you're trying to fill up a page or even just drawing one thing. And then they ask, can we get a real-time sketchbook fill? Yes, I've said that's 3 hours long. So No. I even just watching myself draw is just. No, it's. Fuck no. It is already. I even, as I said, I took out so much. I edited that. I took out stuff. I even. Like, like straight to the point. I sketched, I inked, and I colored. And it's still. This is. What was it? An hour. This is an hour and. Yeah, around an hour 20 minutes. Well, a bit less than that, but I'm just saying, even with editing, it's that long. So yeah, I don't know what else to say really, unless there's like a specific thing that you guys want to see or hear about. Let me know in the comments below. And I do want to try doing more of this. Like, I know my setup is shit, but I just want to do more. Because I do have some advices, some stuff, some experiences I've gone through, but I know I'm not amazing, or I'm not an amazing artist or anything, but drawing for so long, it's just, there are some people that ask me about it, so I was like, oh, I don't mind sharing my experience. So, but yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know what else. If you have any questions or maybe something you want to see, as I said a while ago, yeah, just let me know. And I just don't want general questions. Like, some people generally would ask, like, how do you do anatomy? How do you get good at anatomy? That's a very generalized question, because that's me decades of learning that. You can't just ask one question and expect to me fully explain how the fuck I, got into whatever. For me, it's like that's decades of practice and learning. And some people could be faster, but I don't know. It's just a lot of practice, a lot of drawing. It's just a lot of that. Just a lot. You can't just do shortcuts every single time. You can with other things, but maybe not this. And for me, my advice is just don't rely too much on references. Some people do it because they need an example, like comic artists. They would have references, they copy it. I don't care, because they have deadlines. But if you're talking about you really want to learn it, you have to take time, an effort to really learn it, not just, like when I was talking about a while ago, this person copying someone else's style, and it's just, or like there are some web comic artists out there that I read their stuff because I'm curious, but you can tell that they trace 3D figures, 3D poses. That's not how you're gonna learn, not at all, unless you actually look at it properly and understand why that's like that, why the pose is like that, blah 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 blah. You have to understand 3D space as well. It's easier said than done, you know how it is. What else? Yeah, I'm just sad because there's even an artist that I really was I want to support them, and I want to see them get better, and they have. Actually, their art has gone way better since a couple of years ago, and I wanted to support them, but there's just some things that they're just so stubborn to really break a habit that I stopped watching their YouTube channel. I wanted to support them, blah blah blah, buy their stuff, and it just made me sad that they're surrounded with. I'm not saying she's not problematic, but it doesn't help that her surrounding friends are kind of questionable in my opinion. But I can't really say that because I'm not friends with them. I have the right to, but it's just, my opinion. It's just, I wanted to see them get better. But I don't know what they're doing now anymore, actually, because I know they've been busy with work and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What I find funny too is when someone makes fun of someone's drawing. Like, they don't understand anatomy. They don't understand this. What are they drawing? What the hell is this? And they themselves are kind of, you know, I can't say that because to their face, because it's like a kick in the balls or something. But that's, I don't know. Did I talk about crediting too? I don't remember. But oh yeah, I think I did. I'm like this. I jump a lot. It's, you can tell even how I draw. I jump around a lot. It's like, oh, I didn't finish this. Oh, I should do this. Oh, I just jump around. The whole sketchbook. But I always try to finish a whole page before I go to the next one, because it makes, I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm skipping shit, like skipping progress, skipping, But yeah, I haven't been drawing on my sketchbook, but I'm pretty happy with the spread. It was kind of fun. I did feel kind of stressed out and pressured because a camera is pointing at what I'm drawing, and then I have to remember to always, it's still new to me. I have to always check that, did the camera die? Did it stop recording? It piled up small shit that it made me a bit stressed out. So I always, as I've said, I don't rush when I draw, in a spread. But this time it's different because I'm recording it. So now it just feels like, oh, it's just random shit. And like I wasn't able to show the other pages. So, well, that's fine. You're gonna see eventually if I finish the sketchbook. But let me check if there's anything. Oh yeah, about the references. So hopefully the next video would be about references. Just my take. It's just, just if you want to listen to it, it's just my opinion, my whatever, my experiences. So it's, it's not that important, but it's just, to me it's important. But I'm just saying that, take it as what do you say that? Take it as a grain of salt or something, like shit like that. Yeah, I do miss drawing on paper, but I don't know. Anyway, hope you enjoy this video. I'm almost like 42 minutes talking shit. I just hope you enjoy this, and if you have any questions, let me know. If you have some sort of like, oh, can you do this? Maybe ideas you want to see. I don't know. I'm really bad at this. Whatever. I'm gonna ramble. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy this. And take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Wear a mask, please. This is random, but I went to one tattoo shop that none of them wear masks. Like, I don't care if the mandate's already lifted. I don't fucking care. The whole thing's not done. And then there's even, I saw one tattoo artist that went to a tattoo convention and got COVID. And I was like, yeah, shocker. But I'm pretty sure they wore masks. So the point is, there are people that don't. And there are actually, unvaccinated people that don't. It's like, it's your thing, man. But take care of yourselves. Bye.
Bye.